Hey Red Raiders, and welcome to your reinstatement training for your student organization hosted by the Office of Student Involvement. We're going to start off by going over a few things from the Texas Tech University Student Handbook. Guidelines, expectations, and the annual requirements of a student organization. Under Section N, Student Organizations, per the handbook dated 2021, pages 119 through 126, registered student organizations must meet the guidelines and expectations for a registered student organization and complete the annual registration process through the Center for Campus Life, now known as the Office of Student Involvement. Annual requirements improve your annual approval of your org re-registration, as well as the completion of your annual risk management training and the submission of the post-training assessment. Per that, you will understand and see your compliance status from Tech Connect. If you are active, it means that all compliance areas are met. If you're frozen, it means that you've not completed something. Next, under Section N of Student Organizations, we have our registered student organization categories. This includes academic, in which you're related to a college, advocacy or activism, campus departmental, cultural or international, fraternity, sorority, hobby, leisure, recreational, graduate, law school, political, pre-law, residential such as a residence hall, pre-professional, service or philanthropic, sport clubs, or veterinary or Costa Rica student organizations. Let's go into a little bit more depth about the different types of student organizations. Sports clubs. The responsibility here is held by Rec Sports as well as student involvement. That would be Brett Jackson and myself, Lauren Hill. If you're seeking sports club status, you first must be a registered student organization with the Office of Student Involvement for a year, and after that year of registration, a meeting can be requested with the Rec Sports team to initiate the application process for club affiliation. Sports clubs will still annually complete the registration through the Office of Student Involvement. The benefits to being a sports club are preferential reservations within the rec, as well as rec sports funding opportunities. Our next type of organization category is fraternity and sororities. Responsibility for oversight of fraternity and sororities is held by the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life and Student Involvement, which is Ms. Joey Lorette and myself, Lauren Hill. If you are seeking fraternity or sorority status, groups that are seeking this single-sex fraternity or sorority status must first be any of the following. First, recognized by one of the four governing councils, either Interfraternal Council, Multicultural Greek Council, College Panhellenic, or National Panhellenic Council. You must also show proof of your Title IX exemption by uploading the certificate to their registration, including a letter as well from their national affiliate with their IRS 501c3 number. And last but not least, you must still register annually with the Office of Student Involvement to stay in compliance. Last but certainly not least are our general student organizations. The responsibility of oversight for these general student organizations is hosted by the Office of Student Involvement, led by myself, Lauren Hill. General student organization status is for any organization who has chosen not to affiliate with the Rec Sports or a national governing council such as a fraternity and sorority would. You can also choose as a general organization to affiliate though with a Texas Tech college specific or department. For example, if you're a Rawls College of Business organization and you choose to affiliate with the Rawls, you can do so. Same with the Whitaker College of Engineering and so on. Last but not least, as a reminder, you must register annually with the Office of Student Involvement as well as complete your annual risk management training as well. What then does it mean to be an unregistered student organization here on campus? What that means is the organization in question did not complete their annual risk management or their annual registration requirements. And it means, more importantly, that you're going to lose out on the following resources. Either it be funding opportunities, space reservation on campus, or even more importantly and not listed is the ability to be a part of homecoming here at Texas Tech. Please note that all unregistered organizations are still held, though, to the Texas Tech Student Code of Conduct and community policies. How then does our annual registration process work? Well, this is conducted by our office, the Office of Student Involvement, and it is hosted for all student organization types. This will open annually each spring on February 1st and will continue through the subsequent fall, September 1st. What that means is we're coming up on a spring semester. When you have turnover of your executive board leadership, you should go ahead and complete your re-registration before those seniors graduate, or they can help onboard your new executive board to do that process, so by the time you come back next fall for a new semester in a new academic year, your organization is in compliance. This registration is otherwise known as SOLO, or the Student Organization Leader Orientation. This is a required online training module held by the Student Handbook, and it is also to be completed by all student organizations. And you can register any time between the dates listed above, but after that September 1st deadline, your organization will be frozen and you will have to complete the process we are currently doing today, which is reinstatement. The annual reinstatement process. This is the current process in which we're reviewing right now. This process is for organizations that have missed re-registration. They have missed that February 1st to September 1st deadline. And student organizations are able to complete this reinstatement process to help reinstate and unfreeze their organizations. This opens annually after September 1st and closes the following January 31st. This way, you're able to help bring back an organization to life that maybe also could have been not active for the last few years. Also, after completing this reinstatement training, the organizations will then complete a reinstatement request via Tech Connect to help reactivate this organization. This will look like a one-on-one meeting with myself or my staff here with the Office of Student Involvement. What then are the requirements to maintain your registration status? An organization roster must first be updated within the 10 days of changes to your membership, officer, or advisors. This means when you have any changes to your executive board, when you add or remove members due to graduation or bringing on a new member class, or when your advisor changes. This is very important. This is the number one way that our office, the Office of Student Involvement, is able to contact and connect with your organization about the going-ons here on campus. You must also conduct affairs in a lawful manner and abide by the policies and procedures of the university. If you're looking to solicit on campus, the Office of Student Government Association must be consulted as well. Last but not least, you must understand the Office of Student Involvement and Campus Life can suspend your organization at any time if you're not in compliance from any of the following regulations or standards set forth in the Student Code of Conduct. Part of being a registered organization is also to have on file a copy of your constitution and/or bylaws. So let's go over a few of the requirements for constitutions and bylaws. A constitution and/or set of bylaws is required, again, for all organizations, and you must include the following minimum areas: a name and purpose, membership requirements to your organization, what the membership selection process looks like, membership accountability and removal processes, an anti-discrimination statement, officer titles and their duties, officer election procedures as well as removal processes, departmental and/or external relation processes, financial procedures, procedures for decision-making such as quorum and voting, faculty staff advisor selection processes as well as their responsibilities and expectations, parliamentary authority, as well as risk management policies. The last requirement of all registered student organizations to stay in compliance is to have on file an advisor agreement form. You're required to have a signed and dated advisor agreement form each year as a part of your registration or reinstatement process. This must be done annually as a way to ensure that your advisor still wants to act as advisor to your organization. The president or additional or other officers can all meet with the advisor. It doesn't just have to be the president, it can be a vice president, a treasurer, but at the very least it must be an executive member of the organization. Their goal is to meet with their faculty staff advisor to obtain this signature for the annual process. But while you're at it, it's really suggested that you also discuss the following with your advisor on an annual basis. Talk about the role of the advisor to the organization as a whole, so how they can help your members, the role of the advisor to the officer team, how they can help the executive board out, responsibilities and expectations of the advisor, goals for the organization as a whole, as well as organization expectations held by the advisor. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this reinstatement training. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Office of Student Involvement. We're located in the sub suite 203. We're open and available from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and our office line is 806-742-5433.